Bacon, eggs. Bacon, eggs. Bacon, eggs. Yeah.
Yeah. Eggs and bacon. Eggs and bacon. It doesn't sound as good when you switch it.
No. It's not meant to be.
I know.
No.
And what's funny is Ariana Grande wrote that song, and then somebody took the bacon eggs that Ash and I started singing immediately.
That was our idea. We
I
should
know.
have done a copyright claim.
Sons of bitches. Rude. Guys, welcome to Real Awkward, the best damn podcast you've heard. Today. My name is Andy.
I'm Amanda.
I am Ashley.
You
Oof.
doofer.
I have a question for you, Andy.
Yes.
What did you have for breakfast?
What did you have for breakfast? Well, it's part of your New Year's resolution. I think that's how Amanda says it.
Yeah. How does that coincide with your New Year's resolution?
You do the whole podcast in the Bane voice.
No, but really, though.
Okay, sorry. What was your question? What do I like or what did I have?
You really have to ask me what I asked you?
Yeah, I don't have a good attention span.
How does the banquet go, sir?
What? How's the banquet go?
Banquet? What?
A banquet dinner?
Is that what you have for breakfast? Banquet
I get
meals?
a hungry man banquet meal style. I don't know anybody that's ever ate breakfast when they pull out frozen
do they have frozen
tray,
like breakfast
like pancake
trays?
eggs and something else? Probably.
Probably.
Honestly.
Yeah, they have I think they do have frozen TV dinner breakfasts.
Yeah.
I know they have those frozen scramble bowls that I get occasionally.
Yes. Yeah,
the
they do have the Jimmy
Jimmy
Deans. Jimmy Deans.
Yeah.
I will say this is a two-part answer because I never answer anything straight.
Your real answer is nothing.
No, well, that's true. I wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy and I have a bottle of Jack or whatever it goes. I will have some coffee with some creamer in it, and then I won't eat.
You mean some creamer with some coffee?
Yeah,
in
I
it?
definitely put way more creamer than a normal man should. I probably don't eat until 10 or so. So I'll wake up at 6:30, cup of coffee, and then I'll eat a little bit later. But when I do have breakfast, I've always gone for a country fried steak. That's my jam.
At home? That's what you're,
No,
cooking up in
did
the
you
kitchen?
ask at home?
Well, no.
She asked what you had for breakfast, dog.
But you don't wake up at 6 and then have a cup of coffee and then go out to breakfast.
No, I don't. That's tough because when I think of breakfast, I think of our Sunday traditional breakfast that I make for the family. And if that's the case, then it's pancakes, eggs, bacon, and then sometimes hash browns.
So you have 7 days out of the week, and the one day of the week that you sometimes make breakfast is the one that you consider your typical breakfast?
Correct. Because when I think of breakfast food, that's a typical plate of breakfast for most people. But my true answer is that I have coffee for breakfast.
But then when you eat it when you eat it 10 or 11, is it a breakfast food or you just eat something?
No, most of the time I'll just have a banana or or oatmeal or I'll make myself a breakfast sandwich sometimes, but that's pretty rare.
Amanda, you touched on something that I feel like
Yeah.
we're going to have to circle back to later about eating non-breakfast foods for breakfast.
Oh, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. But that's kind of where I stand. I'd like to give you a direct answer. I'm going coffee. I'm not a cereal guy, so I don't have any of that. But I cannot tell you about you see me more than I know myself. That didn't make sense either.
You see me more than I know myself.
What do I
Wisdom.
normally? What do you see me eating for breakfast?
I would say you either grab a yogurt
Oh, I forgot about yogurt.
or you make yourself a breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, I do breakfast sandwich quite often. I basically will just do a fried egg on top of bacon with some cheese And then I like to do it with an English muffin. That's my fave. But I've done it with a croissant before. Croissant. I don't know about bagel. Sometimes bagels are too thick to do a breakfast sandwich with. But yeah, you're right. I will cook that, but that's, I don't know what, maybe once every 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I don't cook it a lot.
Time.
You're right. I go for that yogurt. I peel it back. It has little sprinks in it. And then I have some of the, and it's right now we're down with the key lime yogurt from
Chobani Flips.
Flips.
Oh, that's good.
We're keeping them in business. I will tell
that's
you.
good.
Ash literally, I think she buys 10 of them a week.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm all out. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow.
The strawberry, the lemon, and the key lime. Those three are really good.
They're all good.
I don't know, like the chocolate flavored ones. Like there's so many more that have like chocolate. I'm like, I don't want chocolate for breakfast.
I don't know why the key lime just feels refreshing in the morning. But yeah, I mean, you're right. I probably go for that later, but I need to, apparently breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I've never made it that way. I don't have like fruit and like avocado with toast. And
well,
like,
and honestly,
I'm not
that whole like breakfast is the most important meal of the day, or like your biggest meal should be breakfast. None of that's real. Like,
yeah, it's a myth.
I'm sorry. The idea of eating a humongous meal first thing in the morning makes me feel like I need to go to the bathroom.
Well,
like
most
I
important
can't.
meal of the day doesn't mean it has to be humongous.
That's true.
It just means
Like-
you need to eat it.
But
Oh,
I'm
I
with
agree.
Amanda. Put weight
I agree.
to it,
Like
man.
I can't have nothing for breakfast.
Yeah.
I can't have nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I usually will not sit, like, I don't sit at the table and eat breakfast. Like, the days that I have Lincoln with me, him and I'll make us breakfast and we'll sit on the couch and eat our breakfast. But then on the weekends, I'm working. So I'm just grabbing something to eat and go.
And running out of the house.
Yeah. And, so yeah, it varies for me a lot, but like I don't like to eat the same thing every day. I can't handle that. So we have a constant, there's always some kind of fruit all the time. But then me and Lincoln eat usually like yogurt or some type of like usually it's like a fruit, some protein, and then a bread product.
Okay, so you'll do like a toast or a bagel or a English muffin?
And I don't do it on purpose.
Croissant.
I just find that like we eat it. So, or I'll buy muffins, or we'll do a bagel, or we'll do just a croissant, or sometimes for breakfast, like I'll make a coffee cake, or we'll have banana bread or something, and it's like some kind of bread product, and then I don't always do bacon, but I have to have protein in the morning, or else I feel like shit all day. So sometimes that might be something from the night before, or I buy that pre-cooked bacon at Costco.
Yeah.
And that in the air fryer is honestly delicious. So I make that I would say I make it 5 days a week.
Really? You're down for that bacon. All right.
Because I don't have to fry up all this bacon.
It's funny because I heard on another podcast that bacon is the most unhealthy food for you out of everything.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just fat. And so I 100% get it.
Which is why
but
it tastes delicious.
and really, I'm only eating like 3 or 4 pieces. So it's not like I'm eating a whole pound of bacon. But it's very easy for me to get the protein in that way.
Yeah.
And it's also very easy where I can like make one quick egg, make some, like I'll butter toast, I'll cut the toast in half, and I'll make like a really quick breakfast sandwich, or I make breakfast burritos all the time.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, not having to cook the bacon is very convenient.
Sure, to have that just ready. I know that's kind of a pain.
I hate cooking bacon.
Yeah, you hate cleaning bacon.
Yes. And honestly, doing it in my air fryer, I don't have to clean it. I wipe the inside of the air fryer out. But
Legit, like Andy has made bacon in an air fryer like twice maybe, and it turns out fantastic. But I'm telling you, I cannot get the grease off of the air fryer basket.
It's awful.
There forever.
It's awful. And
Caked
that's
on.
why like this bacon, it's already cooked, but it's, I don't know, like it's able to just chill in the fridge for a little while. And they say to put it in the microwave. No. The air fryer is able to get it. And it's not like as good as fresh made bacon.
Yeah.
But it's like a solid 7 out of 10.
See, I just recently had the Jimmy Dean's pre-cooked sausage the same way, where you literally wrap it in a paper towel and you warm it up for like 45 seconds. That's all you have to do.
Are they like the sausage links?
Yeah, and I thought they were pretty good.
I bought those.
Cammy liked them. Remy he's weird right now, but Cammy enjoyed them a lot, and I cut them in half and used them on a breakfast sandwich, and that was good too. So
yeah, we buy those. Lincoln likes those sometimes, but see, those I don't mind at all because I always dip my breakfast sausage in syrup.
Okay.
And so if they end up a tiny bit dry, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, the pre-made bacon has made me making a breakfast very easy. But I will say, I've tried to do coffee. It kind of comes and goes. But most days a week, I'm drinking an energy drink.
Oh, really? So you're having like an energy drink in the early morning?
That is my breakfast beverage.
That doesn't mess your tummy up at all?
100% it does.
The honest answer.
100%. I feel like shit for hours after. But I'm energized.
So I found that the sugar-free monsters don't mess with me too much. But I don't cram that whole can in 5 minutes.
Sure.
If I'm working, it'll take me 4 hours to finish the can.
Now, I'm with you because I used to, when I had to get up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning for photography shifts, I would pound a freaking can early in the morning, and I know I felt absolute garbage. I haven't had an energy drink, haven't consistently drank energy drinks like that in years, though. I don't know the last time that I've just pounded energy drinks.
Because it was killing your guts.
Yeah, I could.
Well, because you would have multiple a day.
Yeah, you would.
I got to the point, Amanda, where I would drink them at night going to bed. Like, it was like on my bedside, like, and I was like having...
Who's going to win
and I was
energy drink or my bed?
And I was like having drinks, like drink of Monster, and then I would just be like laying in bed, like right before bed, just having Monsters. And I'm like, dude, this is doing nothing anymore. So obviously your body is acclimated to it. So now all you're doing is burning a hole in your stomach and giving your heart palpitations.
And that's I recognize that I need to chill out on those, but and I don't even think they do anything for me. I don't.
Well, I mean, your body's used to it, and maybe it needs it now. Like, it's like that's my zero. Like, that's my starting point.
And because I buy 4 a week, and I drink one at on my commute, my 5-minute commute to work every morning, and so I really try not to drink them on my days off.
Okay.
But I mean, I will occasionally.
What's your go-to? You said a 0 sugar Monster?
Yeah, the
white
0
or the
Monster,
blue or the red
or whatever
so many
flavor.
colors now.
Yeah.
Yes, honestly, I don't like regular Monsters.
Okay.
So I honestly, I do my grocery pickup at Walmart, and whatever 4-pack is in stock Sunday night, that's the one I get. I don't care.
Okay. Check.
I literally would be like, as long as you're not giving me the peach one or the mango one, I don't fucking care.
Dude, the peach was my jam.
Yeah, you really do like the peach one.
Yeah,
I don't mind it occasionally.
Yeah, that hit
I don't mind that one occasionally, but I can't drink that whole one. I like the green one because it isn't too much. I like the pineapple one because it isn't too much. The strawberry one is surprisingly delicious.
Yeah, right. They do have a lot of flavors. I've always been a white Monster kind of guy, if you know what I'm saying, ladies.
They literally have every color, and I genuinely couldn't care any less
I am your wife.
what one they put in my cart.
Yeah, white Monster. I don't even know what the flavor of white Monster is, to be honest. I don't even know what.
Who cares? It doesn't matter. Candy. I don't know.
But I haven't. Again, I haven't had them in a long time, and now if I do, we've been having the tea. Rehab one,
Monster Rehab.
It's like 25 calories or something. It's probably just as gnarly for you, but
it's not carbonated.
Yeah, which I think I just can't handle the gas stuff very much anymore. Like, my stomach's like, nope, blah, 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 blah. So
yeah,
I do. It does suck for Ash though, because she used to pound them back the same way. And now,
no.
Yes, you did. You would have like 5 a day.
Never. I wouldn't even have 2 a day.
Men's 2 a day.
And also, I work a desk job. What do I need 5 Monsters for?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Honestly, I would any day rather have an iced coffee before a Monster.
Oh, you're a Starbucks.
But I'll be
fiend.
honest, if I drink an energy drink, it's because I need like the mental acuity. Like honestly, I need like the B12.
Yeah, you do need the B12. It's like should have had a V8.
Yeah.
Should have had a B12.
Yeah.
Or
Should
Snickers,
have had
dude.
some B12. Just anybody in existence should just have more B12.
I agree, and I figured that out recently too. So I need some more B12.
Yeah, one of my clients was telling me about vitamins because she's all woo woo, and she was like, most people have no idea how many vitamins they're missing until they start regularly taking vitamins and realize one day, wow, I feel great.
Oh my God, my body's regulating.
But also, it takes like 3 months of taking vitamins for it to even have an effect on you.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So people will take them and be like, I don't feel any different. It's like, yeah, they've taken for 3 months.
Yeah. What about you, Ashley? What's your go-to breakfast?
Yeah.
Coffee immediately.
No, like legit, like she will push me out of the way to get to the Keurig. Like she must have.
That's an exaggeration.
But it's pretty close.
Our Keurig is set to come on at 6:30.
Yeah.
So at 6:30, I brew a cup of coffee with vanilla creamer, which I used to always do. Like, okay, I don't do coffee mate creamers because they are closer to their makeup is closer to plastic than it is to milk.
Fair.
Yeah. Did you
Like,
know that
they're
powdered
not
coffee
dairy.
mate is
Like, people don't
flammable?
realize this. You don't have to refrigerate them. They're not dairy.
No.
That's
like,
not good.
No.
they're literally just like oils and chemicals.
Yeah.
Like, so I used to do Natural Bliss, which was like a coffee mate like alternative that was just like milk and cream and then like flavor. And
That was
sugar.
your jam for a long time.
And then they changed it, and now they've started adding like soybean oil or some crap. So now I've switched creamers to right now I do like a Chobani creamer.
She's a hippie now about her creamers for sure.
I don't know why. It's like the one thing that I'm like, just give me the cream. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need all this other chemical crap.
I don't know. You've been pretty good at trying to be more natural at stuff lately,
I'm
but I'm
trying.
like, I don't know if you're even noticing a health difference or not. But
But it's like a long-term investment.
I understand.
You know what I
You only
mean?
get one vessel in this life. You got to ride it.
Exactly. And he says that probably because I'm also trying to keep the kids away from red dye.
Yes, you are. But that's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole other podcast.
We should do conspiracy.
And then
I don't know.
And then I will most always have a Chobani flip. If we have that. Other than that, I might make myself some oatmeal. And I'll just like make it on the stove with some oatmeal and milk and then throw some like raisins and brown sugar on top. Mm-hmm. Or I'll do like the Kodiak cups of oatmeal.
Those are good.
They have like a chocolate peanut butter one, which I like, which I know I said I don't like chocolate for breakfast, but for some reason that one works for me. So I like that. Those are probably my go-tos. I don't really like...
You are not an eggs and bacon and pancake lady.
I do not want to cook myself breakfast in the morning.
Nope.
It's exhausting.
Because I want to eat immediately.
Yep.
Like... I started eating breakfast every single morning in high school because I found myself getting like nauseous in first period if I didn't eat. And so I started eating like buttered toast for breakfast every morning. And now it's just like I have to eat in the morning. Like
it's funny. How long does the oatmeal take for you?
The oatmeal takes 90 seconds.
When
I make it on the stove?
How long does it take?
5 minutes.
Dude, it takes me 3 minutes to make a breakfast sandwich. To literally fry an egg up takes, once it's heated, which literally only takes like 30 seconds.
I don't prefer to eat a bread for breakfast.
That's fair. I get it. So like a big carb, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
but you're right. You don't.
Here's my other question.
Yeah, go ahead, Amanda.
So if you go out to eat breakfast, do you have a go-to order?
I think that's a bigger question because that's when you get to have the tasty stuff.
It depends where you go, right? Because if you go to like an IHOP, it's like, well, like eggs and pancakes. That's like what they serve, right? Or like there's, other breakfast places.
They're the International House of Pancakes.
Different versions of pancakes and eggs, right?
Yeah.
Some places don't even have a waffle on the menu.
That's true.
But
some places, in my opinion, make better waffles than pancakes or pancakes and waffles.
Yeah.
Don't get pancakes at Waffle House. It's not as good.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Get a waffle.
That'd be weird.
At Waffle
I have
House.
2 go-tos when I go to breakfast. Is either Eggs Benedict.
Fancy.
And a lot of places don't have that.
Right. That's
but
kind of weird that they don't have it. I wonder why.
I don't know.
Is that where the egg is poached on top of the
It's
English muffin?
English
or
muffin,
yeah.
ham, poached egg, and hollandaise sauce.
Yeah.
I think it's the hollandaise sauce.
It's the hollandaise
I
sauce.
I think that's why people don't have it on more menus, because it's not one that you can really have pre-done.
How do you make a hollandaise sauce? What is it?
It's like egg yolks with a little bit of lemon, and you have to like keep stirring them so they slowly cook and don't like get solid or chunky.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is
you can make it from a packet. It ain't good.
It's not the same.
No.
Okay, so it's either
that
eggs Benedict or
if there are crepes on the menu, I will most always get crepes.
man, you
Are
know who
those
used to have
like
the best crepes?
the thin little pancakes?
Sorry, crepes.
Say you love the thin little pancakes.
So when I was in high school,
won't say it.
I took French, right?
Yeah.
And I love crepes. So every year, on our birthdays, my dad would take us out to breakfast. Whatever sibling was having a birthday, we'd always go to breakfast. So he took me to a restaurant to get crepes. But I was like, I want to say it the French way because I'm taking French. And
you're
so I
being
go
a
to order,
doucher.
and I'm just like,
Can I please have the clubs?
and then I'm just like, give me the crepes. Just give me the crepes.
I love
You're
it.
like, you know what it is, Amanda? It's it's the fucking motorcycle, like, where you're just like, hey, Dad, watch this. Can I have the club? And then she's like, just give me the crepes. I'm so sorry.
But that's like
I'm so
that's
sorry.
like classic kid thing.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
I'm gonna do it.
Say it.
And then it happens, and you're like, no.
And she's like, what, Captain Crunch? What do you want?
But I do enjoy some sort of fruitiness in my breakfast. So if I get a waffle or I get pancakes or crepes or whatever, I like fruit on it.
You like your fruit cake?
I'm a fruitcake.
Is that the go-to most of the time? Yeah, I guess you're right. Crepes for you, or you do get eggs Benedict.
If I'm bougie, if I'm feeling bougie.
If you're feeling bougie, yeah. Okay.
What about you, Andy?
Oh, country fried steak.
Country fried steak.
So I go to IHOP, country fried steak. I go to Waffle House, country fried steak. I go to Denny's, country fried steak. I go to Sherry's, country fried steak. I go to Cracker Barrel, country fried steak. But I always do it because I want to see if it's good. And then after that, I'll order other stuff like my second or third time around. Like, I don't know why. So if I haven't gone to a place for a while, it'll go country fried steak. Like, that's my backup. That's my go-to. But some of them are not cooked good. Some of them, the gravies are not good. It depends. But that's kind of like my gauge. And then when I was a little lad, we used to have a restaurant called the Iron Skillet. And I would order something called the Wee Ones, which was 2 sausage links.
But did you order it? Wee.
Yeah, I was like, may I have the Wee Ones? It was 2 sausage links, a pancake, eggs, and... what was the and a biscuit or something like that. Like that was
Okay, so like a smaller breakfast.
yes, that was like my go-to when I was younger. But now, if I don't get a country fried steak, then a lot of the times I'll do biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
That was like my mom would make that all the time for our family breakfast. Even when Ash and I, when she was over, Mom would make biscuits and gravy. But that again, the gravy has to be good. If it's like too spicy or if it's too like meaty, chunky or whatever, like it has to have a good consistency with it. But I'm a guy, I love gravy with my breakfast. So
You just like country gravy.
I like the country gravy, baby.
I don't.
That's she doesn't
Yeah.
at
When-
all. We are very different when it comes
when
to that.
when I would have breakfast at his parents' house, his mom would make biscuits and gravy for
Yeah.
everyone, and then she'd make a side of pancakes for me.
Yeah, she'd be like, Ash, here you go. I know you hate this. I know you absolutely hate this meal.
I'll eat it, but it is not one that I prefer. I do not like it.
You don't like gravy or you don't like
Some country gravy.
okay, some
Yeah.
country gravies. Okay.
It's
Okay.
like some places it's like a paste.
Well,
Yeah.
I will say I used to at Denny's, I would not get biscuits and gravy or country fried steak. I would get a scramble quite often they had a very delicious scramble, but I think it had country gravy with it.
Did.
I think it had country gravy with it. So you just say, Andy, what do you eat for breakfast? Country gravy.
Just
Country
give him a
gravy.
big-
Just let me drink a
just a
vat
big cup of
of country gravy. Gross. But it would probably be delicious, and I
You
would
just
eat
hand
it.
him like biscuits and sausages and dip whatever he wants.
I'll
in
be
it.
honest, dude. The biscuits at Crackle Barrel are freaking amazing.
Crackle?
They're
Cracker Barrel.
delicious.
Amanda came over, and she was like, "Oh, it's incredible." So
She came
Well, it's-
over.
she did. She
I
did.
I love a biscuit.
Yeah.
Just
right.
I love a biscuit.
Just a biscuit.
And then the fact that they were hot out of the oven, like they were fresh,
so
they
good.
were amazing.
right.
So I get it. It was
What do you order,
amazing.
Amanda?
Yeah, Amanda. What's yours?
See, you know me, I'm long-winded. It really depends where I am.
Yeah.
But
right.
usually if I don't know what to order, if I've never been there before, chances are I'm going to order whatever breakfast is just one or two eggs, bacon, hash browns,
Yep.
and then maybe pancakes, maybe toast. I don't want the sprawling breakfast. I
Right.
love extra crispy hash browns, bacon, eggs, and toast. I have no problem with that. Always an apple juice.
Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about the drink, but I know you said
but-
coffee.
Yeah. But it really depends. Like if we're going somewhere different, like I might do something a little different. Like,
Yeah.
there's this place called Calico Cupboard up north, like Skagit County.
Yeah.
And they make their own cinnamon rolls, but then they make French toast out of the cinnamon rolls. Those are incredible. And then, I love crepes, so occasionally I'll like those. And I love a waffle. Sometimes I like pancakes. So it kind of just depends on what I'm feeling at the moment. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a standard breakfast
All right.
because I just love hash browns.
Is that what your parents made growing up? Like if they made breakfast, was it just like the standard?
No, my dad always made, my parents never cooked bacon.
Oh, interesting.
My mom
Okay.
always hated the smell of bacon or like fried grease in the house.
Yeah.
You cook bacon and it is there all day.
Well,
Yes.
that's funny. My dad never cooked anything. He gave us SpaghettiOs or pizza. Like he
Yeah.
didn't know, my mom cooked everything, but I remember mom always making both. I think she had sausage and she had bacon available.
Dude, if your mother has the
breakfast.
opportunity to make multiple
Oh, my mom.
anything that'll fit on the table.
My
Yep.
mom needed to open up her own restaurant called Too Much Food. And then whatever you order, she just gives you a mystery side with it.
breakfast buffet.
Yeah. You're like, I thought I ordered spaghetti. She's like, yes, but also pancakes and eggs. And like
Yeah,
she would
my
just have a
dad-
smorgasbord of stuff presented in front of you. But I remember it was like, dude, she would have eggs, hash browns, sausage, toast, biscuits and gravy,
Whoa.
bacon. Did I say bacon already?
I don't
know. But
Say
it just
she
kept.
probably made it twice.
Yeah, double bacon, so that people could reach it conveniently on each side.
And there was only 4 of you.
Yes. And we would always overdo it. And she's, bless her heart, dude. She was so sweet. She'd always be like, you know what? We'll eat it later. And we never would eat it later.
Never.
It would sit in the fridge for if she'd
don't.
have like 4
Nobody eats
Tupperware.
leftover breakfast.
She'd have 4 Tupperware
Breakfast food doesn't keep.
containers. No, dude, like redoing warmed up pancakes. They're soggy. They're gross.
No,
They don't hold the
only
flavor.
things.
Yeah.
The only things that sort of keep maybe are sausages, depending on how you cooked them.
Sure.
Maybe bacon, but it's not as good as fresh.
Sure ain't.
And then, if I know that I might end up with leftovers, I'm gonna make waffles because
Sure.
a frozen waffle back in the toaster reheats okay.
Same with pancakes.
Okay.
You can reheat pancakes in the toaster.
Mm-hmm.
French toast actually reheats just fine in the microwave.
That makes sense.
because it's
Oh, I
already
bet.
soggy bread.
That
I
makes
bet.
sense.
Right?
I actually don't mind. I forgot about French toast all of a sudden. I used to love ordering French
A
toast.
good French
Yeah.
toast is great,
Yeah.
a substandard French toast is just like
some people are different on
a
their
piece of
French
bread.
toast though. Like some people like they want less egg. Some people want more egg. Like
Some people want the bread really soggy or
Yep.
or like barely
some people
soggy.
toast it before they soak it.
interesting. So it's like has like a little
it, like,
crispness
holds its
to it.
shape.
That
Yeah.
makes
See,
sense.
and I'll go on like I'll get like hyper fixated on French toast for like 2 weeks straight. I make French toast,
right?
and then I won't make it for like a year. But if I'm gonna do it, I really like to use like the Texas toast bread, that thick bread.
Texas toast or brioche.
Yes, it doesn't
Yeah.
fall apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that, and like occasionally, like I'll make cinnamon rolls or something. But I make banana bread a lot, so we have that a lot.
Apparently, I do too now.
Yeah, he sure does.
I make banana bread like every 2 weeks.
And then I'll go through phases where we buy muffins and stuff. I don't know, like I always want to be the big breakfast person, but I just can't. Growing up, my dad would make breakfast like one day on the weekend, like probably Sunday, because we didn't go to church or anything. So he would do breakfast, and he had his griddle he'd bust out, or the waffle maker, whatever. But it wasn't 85 options. We'd have pancakes or waffles, and sometimes that would just be it. Or, we always had eggs in the house, so they might make a couple eggs, never bacon, maybe sausage, maybe. But my parents would never buy like the uncooked sausage links. It was always like the pre-done sausage.
Oh, okay.
Then hash browns sometimes, but yeah, it was rare.
When Ash and I were first dating, I was introduced to the family omelet day.
Oh, yes.
Her dad has this omelet maker that he bought at a garage sale.
Probably in the 70s.
Literally the 70s, but this fucker is seasoned. Like it
I bet.
Like when it makes an omelet, not only does it make the perfect omelet, but like your dad just knows when to pull that omelet off.
Yeah,
like
because I have one. I have an omelet maker like him,
It's
but
not
it
the
does
same.
not make good omelets. Mm-mm.
But I didn't realize like how good an omelet could be, because my family was never like only omelets, and I never made only omelets, but like a good omelet sometimes is perfect for breakfast. So
I have to commend
Yeah.
my dad for
Yeah.
the patience he had
yeah,
to make everybody
an omelet,
a
a custom
to order.
custom.
Everybody got
Yeah.
to pick what they wanted in their omelet, and he would just sit there at the stove and make everybody an individual omelet. Like,
Yeah, because he would ask. He's like, "Do you want olives or tomatoes?" I don't know if he ever had peppers ready.
he would have peppers. He'd
Yeah.
have like mushrooms,
Yeah.
cheese, ham.
No, dude, they were.
Whatever,
it was
yeah.
an awesome little made to order buffet style almost of an omelet. But to this day, I still think about omelets. I think about your dad making omelets. Like they're delicious.
I feel like that's probably what we had most often if breakfast was made.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would also have waffles with Mennonite waffle sauce.
Is that like the thick
What's that?
maple?
No, it's like a
Or-
thick white sugary sauce. I think I made it for you once.
Did you?
And you
Okay.
were like, because like I mean, it's
so
not
sad.
nostalgic to you, but
it's like something
like,
important to your family's heritage, and you're like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, meh.
It's something that like
What a
as a
dick.
kid, like I'm licking the pot afterwards.
Yeah,
Like I freaking
yeah.
love waffle sauce.
Yeah. I do have a question for both of you ladies. We can't talk about breakfast without talking about how you have your eggs.
Yeah.
Like, we got to talk about how you cook your eggs and kind of what's your favorite and what's your least favorite style. So, Amanda, hit me with your eggs.
Scrambled only.
Oh,
I cannot.
like, always? You always go scrambled?
I cannot handle a runny yolk.
Okay.
I cannot.
Sure.
I don't care for like over easy or whatever because
Yeah.
I don't like the yolk by itself.
So, like,
So-
is it the consistency or the flavor of the yolk?
Probably primarily the texture because it's a little chalky, right?
Okay.
I really don't like it. But yeah, I really only do scrambled eggs. I don't.
Scrambled eggs. Do you put anything on the scrambled eggs or just by themselves?
I'm pretty basic bitch about my eggs because I really love scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper. But I am if I'm making a breakfast burrito,
Yeah.
I don't do any kind of weird accoutrement.
Okay.
If I'm just eating scrambled eggs, there is ketchup.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're a ketchup fan. And I always thought
Yes.
that was different. My family, we did not put ketchup on the eggs. That was never a thing we did. And every single friend, including Ash, not as a friend, but every single person, friends and including Ash, all love ketchup on their eggs. And I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why.
I've always, if you really want to break it down, it's like I've always thought that like the richness of the egg itself,
Yeah.
the ketchup is able to kind of balance that out with the acidity of the ketchup.
Okay.
But in reality, I just think it's fucking good. My favorite breakfast bite is because I always put ketchup on my hash browns, right?
Yeah.
So my hash browns with ketchup with egg, that bite together is always like my favorite.
That sounds
Interesting.
delicious.
Interesting,
Yes.
because I know I love hash browns and ketchup together, but I wouldn't do the eggs, but I would do eggs and gravy. Like I would do scrambled eggs with some
Interesting.
gravy on it.
I hate when scrambled eggs
Yeah.
get pancake syrup on them.
That bothers you?
Oh, ew, that's disgusting.
Ugh.
I used to love putting them together.
No.
Yep.
That's disgusting.
I
hate-
love it.
If I go, like my mom, we were over there once. I don't remember. I don't know why she was making breakfast, so it must have been early. My mom was like, "Hey, how about I make some eggs?" And I was like, "Okay, whatever." She made scrambled eggs, and they were still really wet.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like,
So I noticed, and I've learned I didn't know how to do scrambled eggs back in the day. I tried a bunch of different things. So my mom growing up, she always put milk in the
You can.
egg mix.
Same
okay?
Z's.
can.
But that actually does make it more wet. Like that,
yeah.
you'll get a lot more of like a really moist
You have to cook them longer.
scrambled
Yep.
egg. But I now do like we have like salt and pepper grinders. So I don't know if that really makes it feel fresh, but they seems to taste good to me. But I'll do one grind of pepper, one grind of salt with 2 eggs, and I'll mix it up for a scramble. I will do scrambled eggs, but then I almost always, if I can, I want to put cheese on my scrambled eggs.
that's my
So,
dad. My
yeah.
dad
Cheddar
is
cheese.
Yeah,
Specifically.
cheddar cheese.
Yeah,
Whenever
whatever
we're at a
cheese.
restaurant, you will always say, "Can you add cheddar cheese?"
I'm like, may I have some cheddar cheese?
My dad will always do eggs with cheese and and ham if he has it.
Oh, okay. Wait, you mean like
That's
mixed?
a straight
all
up-
mixed
that's a straight up
together.
Scramble. I wouldn't even call that scrambled eggs. That's a scramble.
You're right. That is
Oh,
a
according
scramble.
to my dad, that is scrambled eggs, bitch.
Really?
I
With a
think
meat
it's
in it.
gross.
Huh.
I think it's gross.
I
Honestly,
mean,
I don't know
it'd
what
be
it is.
delicious as a scramble. Throw some hash browns in there. Now I'm freaking.
Yeah, I
golden.
don't love cheese in my scrambled eggs. I just don't like it.
Interesting. I like the consistency of like one scrambled egg being a little bit coagulated and connected to another scrambled egg with cheese. That's like my jam. I'm
I
excited.
don't like it.
So Amanda and I are both scrambled egg fans. I know Ash is very different on her eggs.
I only ate scrambled eggs up until maybe 6 years ago.
Yeah. Because you would just eat what we had.
There's a guy at work
Yeah.
who used to make breakfast sandwiches for people, and he'd always like his favorite person, whoever got the breakfast sandwich that day. And so he would make breakfast sandwiches for me sometimes, and sometimes the eggs were a little bit runny.
Yeah.
And I was always like, I don't like runny eggs. That's gross. But I started to like, I would eat them because he made it for me. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna like.
right.
Yeah, you don't want to be rude.
So I started to like enjoy the flavor. It's kind of like a bitterness almost,
Interesting.
which I think is kind of like an acquired taste, right? Like a red wine or a coffee or a beer. Like
can see
feel
that.
like it's like in that category.
Yeah.
So now I really like runny eggs. So normally if I go out, I'll order like over medium, because if they make them a little bit over easy, that's fine. If they make them a little bit over hard, that's fine.
Right.
Like
You'll be okay
I'll
if
be,
the
I'll be
yolk
okay
gets cooked.
either way.
Yeah.
But if it's runny, like I'll just like soak it up with the white of the egg. and,
Yeah,
like,
she
it's-
like literally takes the white of the egg and uses it as dip, and I can't handle it because I
See,
look at it and I see snot.
I don't like how messy it is.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that it's all over my plate, but I like the taste of it.
Yeah, I always see people like do the runny egg and then they like soak it up with their bread and eat it. And I'm like, not for me. Not for me.
Oh yeah, I don't think I can handle that. I
But
do
like,
know
if I order eggs Benedict, like it's literally that. Like you cut open the poached egg and it like drips all over your English muffin and like soaks it up.
See, dude, I love a Royal Red Robin burger, but the egg has to be cooked. I had one once that was so runny that it was like dripping out of the burger.
Chris has had that too. It was disgusting.
It ruins it for me. Like if my bread is soaked and my fingers rip through it, like I can't do it. But if it's cooked enough, I'll be okay with a fried egg. I know my dad is interesting because he loves fried eggs, but he wants them
Over dead.
Over dead. He says that so a waitress will come up and he goes, "Oh, okay. How do you want your eggs?" He goes, "I need them over dead." And she looks at him like, "Okay, over hard." He's like, "No, you don't understand."
No, when they're dead, kill them again.
Yeah. Like he legitimately is like, you think they're done? You keep them on that grill a little longer. It's almost like he wants them to have a crispness to them, which I think is interesting.
I can get it because that's
for
almost
that,
like
yeah.
a fried egg, right? Where like you crack it on and you flip it over. Where I feel like that would be more of a fried egg. I don't know.
Well, it is a fried egg, yeah.
I don't know.
But it's
I
like
just like
No. Yeah. So I mean, over easy, over medium, over hard, over dead. Like it's basically it's just the phases of fried egg. But in this situation, he wants. It's not even a question of whether that yolk is still there. He literally wants it to be like a frickin' brick, right? Like when it's done. So it's an interesting way. He's always been that way. I like a fried egg, but I need the yolk cooked through. So I'm normally a over hard fried egg.
I mean, a fried
person,
egg
but-
it is cooked through.
Is it?
Yeah.
So is over easy?
In a fried egg, the yolk is broken.
Oh, right. Okay, so
Yeah.
Amanda's right. So in that situation, that would be the case with him too. But because Ash enjoys a little bit of a runny egg sometimes, I've tried to learn how to make it for her. So and sometimes I nail it, and other times it's overcooked.
I've learned how to make it more recently, just from like TikTok, where like you put the egg in the frying pan with some butter, and then you pour a tiny bit of water in it and just cover it up, and then it just cooks itself.
That makes sense.
Yep.
That makes sense.
And then
Absolutely.
the more you want it cooked, the longer you
it's like
leave
a little
it.
steam. It's a little steam oven.
Yeah.
well, because the steam cooks the top.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
I like
Brilliant.
it.
It's brilliant. So on that note, how do you like your bacon?
I go back and forth. Ash likes it different than I do. I think I need mine to have enough consistency that I can bite through it. Like I don't want it to be a situation where I'm like tugging at the fat. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need to bite through it. But if it goes too crispy, then I feel like I'm literally just eating like
Char.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which some people love their bacon that way, but I can't go too hard on my bacon.
I feel
I
like
need
we're on the
mine.
same boat, Andy.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes you like it, I think, a little bit more overcooked than I do.
I don't want char.
Yeah, but you've enjoyed it when I haven't.
I like turkey bacon. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why you like that's not even bacon. It doesn't even taste like bacon. It's not even similar.
Yeah, because it's not
To
just
me,
gross.
yeah,
fat strip.
turkey bacon is not bacon, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's bad.
I
like
mean, it tastes
think
like
it's-
a different meat.
to me, like I
Yes.
think of it more as just like a breakfast meat. Like
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
it's
fair.
bad.
Yeah.
I think there's a time and a place. For my bacon, I really like it when it's crispy, but not so crispy that it's bacon bits.
Yeah.
But
right.
I like it when it hasn't just been like flash done, because I like it when the fat renders, and that's where the fat is still fatty, but it isn't chewy and gross, like you
Yep.
said, Andy.
Yeah.
But it isn't necessarily a completely like fried
Right.
crisp.
And it holds its flavor.
Do you prefer yours fried or baked?
I think both are okay.
Okay.
Let me be clear. I will
Yeah.
eat bacon however you give it to me.
Sure, fair
But-
enough.
Well, when you cook it in the oven, the fat renders more, so I do
Yeah.
prefer that way.
Yeah.
But I like cooking with bacon grease, so I don't mind cooking it on a pan, because then I make pancakes in the bacon grease.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Ashes.
Oh.
Dude, she hates
That
that. If I
sounds
ever
disgusting.
if I do bacon first, then I cook the pancake, she gets mad at me because it's got little bacon flakes in there.
I don't want
and, like-
bacon flavor on my pancakes.
Yeah.
Well, really, the only like the first 2 pancakes taste like bacon.
Yeah, sure. Everything
Like,
else is
And then after that, it's just a slightly oiled pan.
Fair.
But the first two, like, they fry. They don't cook. They fry.
Yeah, they definitely fry.
Okay, so quick round of favorite cereals, and then I want to talk about eating non-breakfast foods for breakfast.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I always went Reese's Puff cereal. That was my jam for a long time.
Like as a kid too?
Yeah, I like that. But also my dad loved honeycomb, so we always had that in the house. But now I had it again, and I was like, not as good.
No.
They changed it.
Yep.
Amanda?
I love cornflakes. I know that's boring. I like Fruit Loops. I like Honeycrisp. Or no, yeah.
Yeah, Honeycrisp,
Honeycomb.
which was
Honeycomb.
Sugar Crisp. Oh.
I like Honeycrisp as well.
Oh,
Sugar
okay.
Pup,
Okay.
the Sugar Bear, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Can't get enough of that sugar
Also,
crisp.
one of my favorite cereals, it's hard to find now, is Rice Krispie Treats cereal.
I watched a TikTok about a guy talking about that being gone.
That
off the shelves,
cereal,
yeah.
you can sometimes find it, sometimes not.
Yeah.
That cereal was amazing.
I have to
Fair.
say on the note of Fruit Loops, Malto Meal Fruit Loops better than Fruit Loops. Because I bought a big bag for my kids, and whenever they asked for them, I'll eat a couple, and like they're sweet and yummy. And then Andy bought a big box of Fruit Loops for them, so I have like cereal bins, right? And so I refilled the Fruit Loop bin, and I took a couple, and I'm like, these are bland as hell.
Yeah, you didn't like the flavor of those, I remember.
No.
Yeah, well, because I think it's probably because Malto Meal is still using the same amount of sugar they always did.
Yeah, fair.
Probably.
Fair.
Probably.
Yep.
My favorite, hands down, Frosted Mini Wheats.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You actually got me
Specifically-
into it, though.
Specifically the Little Blights, and also Remy, that is his favorite cereal.
He loves that
Really?
now.
That's so
Mini
cute.
Wheats. Yeah.
Yeah,
And what's
Lincoln's
funny-
been. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to
Lincoln-
say, yeah, she got into it because of her dad. And
Oh,
then I got
cool.
into it because of that. But sorry, what'd you say about
No,
Lincoln?
you're good. Lincoln's been eating a lot more cereal recently, so I've been taking him to the grocery store and letting him pick out an item or two, and he's always wanted to pick out some new cereal. And I don't care as long as it gets eaten. And so recently he's been eating cereal, and so he really just kind of likes a little bit of anything, but he always wants to drink the milk. And
yeah.
he tries to drink it, and it gets everywhere. So I bought him. Do you remember those bowls with the straw in it?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
So
absolutely.
I bought him a couple of those, and now it's like, can we have cereal again?
I love it.
And I'm like, yeah, whatever.
That's awesome.
Brilliant.
But he bought.
I was gonna say, Amanda. We talked in detail about cereals in our cereal episode.
Yes, we did.
This
we
was,
totally had a cereal episode.
yeah, this was a couple
I
years
forgot.
back, but yeah, we had a full cereal episode. So if you want to, we'll talk about it there. And I do wonder if my choices changed since that cereal episode on what my jam was. So yeah, curious.
I don't know if mine have. I know that my cereal tastes are a little bland, and I think they've always been. Oh, also, one other cereal I always used to love, and I don't know if they make them anymore. There was one called Blueberry Morning, and then there was like
Yeah.
a banana nut bread cereal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember
Those were amazing.
I feel like I was the only weirdo that liked multi-grain Cheerios.
Yeah, you are.
yeah.
So also, I feel like Andy's a weirdo.
Yes.
I've always felt this, but sometimes,
I always felt he was a weirdo.
and not so much anymore, but he will wake up in the morning and open a soda.
Yeah, I would have a soda in the morning. But I mean,
It's no different than an energy drink.
I was going to say, yes, it's no different than an energy drink.
It's just weird. Like,
Is it because it's the cola flavor?
It's the cola.
Yeah, it
But-
seems like a lunch dinner thing. Yeah.
I mean, as a kid, like we would wake up and like if we had pizza the night before, grab a slice of pizza and eat cold pizza for breakfast.
Fair.
So like,
Yeah.
for some reason, that wasn't weird as a kid.
Right.
But like for me, eating like regular food in the morning is just like blasphemy.
Oh, there's some untouchables for me. Like I'm not about to freaking nuke up some pasta in the morning and have like a spaghetti.
but also
like-
like why not?
I mean, there's no reason not to, but I'm also not going to be like, "Oh, time to have a cheeseburger." Like I'm not going to do that either.
But why not?
Because
You'll eat a breakfast sandwich.
I
You'll
will.
eat sausage.
It feels
you'll
different.
Eat bread,
It feels
you'll
different.
Eat cheese,
You'll eat a steak.
right? You'll eat chicken?
I actually don't. I was going to say that. That's one of them I don't do for breakfast. I do not do steak. I never
You do a
steak for
chicken
breakfast.
fried steak.
No, it's not real steak. It's not the same. It's never the same.
It's justified.
It's justified.
What
'cause
planet
it's
am I
not- I'm
on?
not like
It's a giant chicken tender.
No,
Let's be
I'm not, yeah, it's what it is. Let's be honest.
Wait, are
It's
you
giant-
eating chicken fried chicken or chicken fried steak?
chicken fried steak.
No, it's
usually.
chicken fried steak, but it's literally like ground beef almost.
It's a cube steak. So it's
Yeah.
basically a crappy cut of meat that's
Right.
been like holes are almost punched in it. So
Yeah.
it's tenderized, right?
It's delicious.
And it's borderline ground beef that they
Yeah.
just cook in a patty.
Yep.
And then you throw country gravy on it, and it's a breakfast.
And it's
Yeah, so they
breakfast.
bread it,
Yeah.
they deep fry it,
Yep.
and then they throw a fuck ton of gravy on it.
Oh, it's so good.
that is a dinner meal. If
I
I've
want
ever
It doesn't
heard
some
even
one.
right
sound
now.
like breakfast.
I'm gonna go to IHOP after this podcast. I'm gonna get some.
No, what the fuck were we even talking about?
we were
that
talking
got
about
on
what's
this?
your non-food
Oh,
breakfast
my
topic?
non-breakfast
food.
breakfast.
How do
Okay,
you feel?
so 9 times out of 10, if I go to Taco Bell, I get an extra bean burrito and put it in the fridge for the next morning.
Oh,
Ooh,
weird.
Interesting.
Because it's very easy to microwave it and then go.
Okay, so you do warm it up. You don't eat it cold the next
Oh,
day.
absolutely
Yeah.
not do I eat it cold.
Okay.
A solid bean log.
Blech.
And I would eat that because I know me. I would eat it.
I
bean
eat
log.
pizza. I eat pizza for breakfast all the time.
Yeah.
I do. I think for me, it goes back to I don't like a heavy meal first thing in the day.
Sure.
Yeah.
So a lot of times if I'm going to like do leftovers for breakfast, I might do like something very small, but I wouldn't do this huge heavy meal.
Yeah.
So I would rather save my leftovers for lunch or dinner.
Well, it sucks, man. My body has changed over the years. It was specifically being able to take in dairy that early in the morning. So I don't do cereal anymore because it actually upsets my stomach to have the milk now.
I can't do cereal just mostly at all anymore.
Yeah.
Something about the sugar and the milk all
Yeah.
at once. It really, really upsets my stomach.
I don't like cereal in the morning because it doesn't keep me full.
That's fair, but it's just,
so
that's
sugary.
what sugar does. Yeah.
It's so sugary that I'm
Burns
just
off
like,
immediately.
Yeah, immediately I'm hungry again.
Yep. Same thing with like a protein shake, right? Like we keep them, and so every once in a while I'll just drink one if I don't have anything for breakfast.
Yeah.
And it's like within an hour, like I don't necessarily like feel like I need like food, like
Yeah.
protein wise.
Yeah.
But it's like it's that kind of like my stomach is empty.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
most people
Yeah.
don't know that like protein's supposed to keep you full, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's like touted like it keeps you full. You have to have protein with a carb because don't shoot me if I'm wrong, but protein will help the carb burn slower and that's why it keeps you full.
I've heard about that. It's just like
So if you have just
yeah.
protein,
Yeah.
you're not going to stay full.
You got to use it
You
fast.
have to use protein in combination with a carb. So that's why when you have a protein shake, you're just like, well, I'm immediately full again. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's interesting that the foods that we consider breakfast foods,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like we eat eggs in the morning because you used to have your own chickens and you'd go out in the morning and you'd get the fresh eggs.
Sure.
Oh, have you
Out of the coop,
ever
right?
Have you ever had scrambled eggs made with farm fresh eggs?
No, I don't think I've ever had farm fresh eggs.
Oh, amazing, first of all.
Yeah.
But like they're naturally just a slightly different texture, like not crazy different or anything. But like when you scramble farm fresh eggs compared to like grocery store eggs, they are creamier. Like you don't need to add the extra.
Is it only because once they get chilled in refrigeration it changes a little bit?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
entirely possible because they're not pasteurized.
Right. Right.
I don't really know, but they are better.
Yeah. Okay. Still probably won't ever get them just because I won't go through the effort of getting farm fresh eggs in the morning.
No,
Yeah,
I
and
only
also chickens freak me out, so I'll never.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'll
would
never
never do
make
my
my
own
own.
chickens. Yeah,
I'll
no.
never make my own chicken.
One of my at my old job, one of my coworkers used to have chickens, and so he would just bring eggs in, and like whoever wanted them, just because they had too many.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm like, well, I'll take them, like whatever, and they're incredible.
So why pancakes? Why are pancakes a breakfast food?
Honestly, I don't know if like how much stuff has been Americanized, right? Because the sausage stuff is more German. I don't necessarily know. I mean, hollandaise sauce, does that come from Holland? I don't know.
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
if you
Probs-
really
English
if you really,
muffins, I don't know.
if you really break pancakes down, right? Like, So all cultures have always had some kind of cooked bread, right?
Yeah, right.
Whether it be naan or fry bread or like whatever, all cultures have had some kind of hot bread, and that was like your breakfast. You had this hot like grain product.
Sense.
And I think that I don't actually know the origin of a pancake, but I can only assume that the pancake has stayed popular, especially for American culture, because it was cheap to make.
Yep, that makes sense.
And you could make a lot of them
Yep.
for very little money, and you could make it all yourself. You didn't have to buy pancake mix.
I could see how it would have blown up in American culture during like the recession and
World War One and
Great
Two.
Depression. Yeah.
I mean, you think now pancake mix is mass manufactured, yes.
Yeah.
But even if you bought all the ingredients to make pancakes yourself, if you were trying to make 20 pancakes,
sure,
you could probably make it for $1.
Oh yeah, a little bit of flour, a little bit of baking,
Flour,
powder,
baking
whatever.
soda, maybe
Yeah.
a tiny bit of sugar, vanilla.
Yep.
That's pancake mix.
Yep.
And so, you didn't need eggs. You didn't have to have dairy. So
Sure.
the stuff that was expensive, you didn't need. So I
That makes
imagine
sense.
that that's why it's held on for us, at our culture at least.
I bet Amanda's right. Yeah.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. Well, this has been a exciting episode of What Did You Have for Breakfast? I love it.
Yes.
So what are you guys going to go eat for breakfast after we're done? What's your go-to now?
Probably the same as always.
Yeah, I'll have a country fried steak.
Oh, just another yogurt.
just having a yogurt.
Not jogurt.
Yep.
Also, just because I feel like it needs to be said, breakfast for dinner is amazing.
Oh, it is amazing.
It's superior.
We used to do it all the time. We
Well,
need to
and
do that again.
that is when I will make pancakes for dinner.
Yeah.
Like that is when I will make pancakes. Like I don't know why like the time of day seems to matter for me, but like eating pancakes for breakfast, I'm like, oh. Eating pancakes for dinner, I'm like, I could have a couple.
What is that meme like where it's like, I don't know, his like hands like in his face, and then when he likes it, he's like up with like his finger. Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like a meme. Okay, stupid. Okay, bye. You just hear me run away from the audio studio and shut the door.
Like when the kids run around.
All right. Hey, Amanda, where can people tell us their favorite breakfast items?
Okay, come tell us your favorite breakfast items at our Instagram at Relarkwood Podcast. Also, we're always open if people want to hear us jibber jab about something. Slide into our DMs and let us know what you want to hear us talk about.
Yes. Thanks,
Yes.
Ash.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a fun one.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go have a breakfast burrito. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.